Alright, welcome back everybody. This is going to be a follow-up to my Halloween 2018 video I did a few weeks ago. There's been a few changes that I'd like to bring up. I haven't posted any new updates on this because I took a little bit of time off after posting my Halloween special on my YouTube channel, which is ironically has the Michael Myers character in it, and I thought we did a pretty good job with that. But in my initial video, from what I understood from the promotional stuff put out at the time, that the new Halloween 2018, which is bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis, was supposed to be a sequel to Halloween 2 and continue more as the Halloween 3 that we never really got after they did the Season of the Witch thing. Now, I'm not going to get into all that. I do believe that Season of the Witch was a really good movie for what it was. And it's kind of like more of like rebooting H2O, like that ignored the canon of number 2. But since then, over the course of the last week that I've kind of taken off from YouTube, I've done a little bit more research and seen some other stuff, and it actually turns out that now there's some new information, and basically what they're saying is that Blumhouse, the studio or whoever that are producing this movie, is now talking about it's going to be a direct continuation of the 1978 original Halloween and actually ignore the events that happened in Halloween 2. A lot of this is due to the fact that John Carpenter is back attached to the project as a whole, and he's going to be, I believe, producing and doing the actual score again, but he still doesn't like what he did about making the family connection with Laurie and Michael being brother and sister from Halloween 2, and wants to do away with that aspect. They want to kind of take him and take the immortality and the demonic, like otherworldly aspects away from him and put him back on like a human standard, to where, like, yeah, he disappeared at the end of Halloween 1, and anything beyond that hasn't been seen or explained from there, and it's not going to have anything to do with the hospital part or them finding documents that were sealed up saying that Laurie Strode was actually a Myers and then adopted by the Strodes and all that stuff, and basically Laurie was just part of Michael's obsession, I guess, during one, for whatever reason it was, he was going after her and her friends. So that is pretty interesting. Now, some people are saying that some of this is kind of probably marketing with the company. I don't know if it's Blumhouse, saying that they really can't make up their mind, that depending on who they're talking to and depending on the interview itself, they're kind of wishy-washy with the aspects and the details that they're putting out. But that does bring up a really interesting viewpoint that, you know, technically H2O again was like a third installment to wrap things up, but if they do ignore the canon and the storyline that was involved with the Halloween 2, like, this would change drastically the whole dynamic and concept of Halloween altogether. You know, like, at this point now, is Michael actually like stalking the Jamie Lee character, or is maybe like Michael got away and then 40 years later, you know, Jamie Lee's done went and got a psychiatric degree, and is she actually going to be like the Dr. Loomis character now, and she's hunting Michael Myers over the country? You know, anytime there's a report in the newspaper about a killing or murder or whatever, is she doing the whole, this is her Moby Dick, you know, trying to hunt that evil and taking over the Loomis character's mission? You know, there's a whole lot of aspects of this that now is going to be opened up if there's not that brother and sister bond, or, you know, that connection. And, you know, maybe she's actually not the main character of this production. Maybe she's actually that aged older person that's going to be delivering the exposition of like who Michael is and explaining it to a whole new group of people or a whole new town. Maybe it's not set in Haddonfield anymore. There's a bunch of possibilities. So, you know, I'm trying to go into this whole thing with an open mind and say it is what it is. I know a lot of people are upset with them wanting to ignore aspects from other movies, but I mean, you'll always have those other movies to go back to. I mean, they've already butchered things up and ignored 4, 5, and 6 for H2O and Resurrection, and then the Halloween remakes by Rob Zombie. And you know, I mean, it is what it is at this point, and I'm one of those people that is gonna watch it no matter what it is. But I mean, at the same time, it could start a whole new set of movies, or it might end up killing the franchise altogether, and we're just stuck with what we had. I mean, the appeal of horror movies, and especially the slasher films of the 80s and around the 90s, just they don't even have the same feel as they used to. Horror now to me doesn't even, the found footage stuff, and then the paranormal activities, and they're all just cheap crap, money hungry. I don't even enjoy them anymore. Anytime that it's Halloween time or I want to watch any kind of horror stuff, I go back to the old school stuff, because the new stuff to me is like, it's either a blatant ripoff of what's already been done, or it's so cheaply made to where it's like it's not even believable. So, but yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of put my 2 cents in on this and let y'all know that, like, at the time I made the other video, from what I had read and understood, it was supposed to be more like a Halloween 3. But now new information has come out and says that it's going to more than likely ignore the events of 1981's Halloween 2 and going to be a direct sequel to 1978's original masterpiece Halloween. So John Carpenter is trying to figure out, I guess, exactly what role he's going to have in the whole thing, and hopefully it's more hands-on than less hands-on. And hopefully the studio that's helping produce it this time really does go out of their way to make sure that we fans get, at least, if this is going to be the last one, the send-off that we deserve. So if I end up with more information than this, I will be posting something. But until then, I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.